Virgo, Virgo. Queen, why don't you grab your bands and get a late night stretch in? Um, hey, 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 hey. Hey, I feel great. I feel great. I feel great. Welcome in,
Ladies
welcome in.
and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
How are you guys doing? We made it to Self Care Saturday. We have made it to Self Care Saturday. And when I tell you, I'm so grateful that you are here. I'm grateful that you made it here tonight. We have 111 likes. That must be a sign of God's grace sign is shining down on this live. So, right now, anyone who is looking for God for your blessing, your miracle, your prayer, I pray that He answers it right now. So, I'm going to back up a little bit off of the um, camera so that when I read, both people can see my face. How's it? Okay. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Okay. So, as I was saying, my name is Kenya. I've lost over 479 pounds naturally, and I've maintained and kept off consistently 468 pounds. I go about between a 10-pound difference, and it is because I do live with a chronic physical illness. But no worries, never. I digress. I never stress about that. I just, I just keep moving and keep pushing through, which I think we all should. But most importantly, what I was saying earlier is that one thing I learned, the biggest thing I learned about my journey is that it had to be about my wellness. It had to be about this overall sustained health. And how was I going to do that when everything that was being taught to me was dieting? And then I looked like this, right? So I wasn't just struggling with my weight. There was a plethora of other things happening. You know, I had heart attack, stroke, I was paralyzed, I had a neurogenic bladder. There were things that were going on with my body that I couldn't stop. The only thing that I could truly stop, the only thing that I could truly stop and change was how often I put my hand to my mouth. That's the only real thing I had control over. See, what I could never figure out in the beginning of my weight loss and wellness journey is why was it that no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much praying I did to fix other people, places, and things, it never stayed fixed long enough to keep me from going back to emotional eating. Hey, Miss Get Up Willis, how are you? Welcome in, Queen. Thank you for the likes. Don't forget to like the live and share the live, guys. Let's go ahead and get our 5,000 likes out the way. I know we can do it. It's only five of us, but five is strong, five is mighty. So that's where we're declaring the decree. And then I think you need to get those heart me things because they matter. I think you get like points or coins or something toward TikTok and you can shop here. So thank you everyone for your likes, your gifts, and for being here with me this evening. I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Get Up Willis. Thank you. So what began to happen was it didn't matter what I did. Now I couldn't change other people, places, and things. Meaning it didn't matter how consistent I was on my weight loss journey. I still felt pain and trauma. It didn't matter how focused I stayed on me eating right. Life was still happening, parties, weddings, birthdays. No one stopped living for me to reach this goal. Just like no one stopped living as they watch me eat to this size. You understand what I'm saying? So thank you so much. Thank you for getting your daily heart. Me, Alexandria, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. The truth to the matter is, hi in NCY Ladybug. The truth to the matter was no one could stop living long enough for me not to feel life in order to eat again. So I had to learn how to feel life. Thank you so much for the hearts. I had to, oh my gosh, thank you for the roses. I had to learn how to feel again. I had to learn how to feel again. And if you go over to my backup page at Coach Kenya Lachelle Elliott, okay, you'll see that my entire story since TikTok came out several years ago, I went viral and I've been sharing my journey in a variety of different ways and the struggles of a food addiction. I talk about how when I realized it, when I discovered why I couldn't break the bondage between me and food. How I realized food was my first love. And that's why it was difficult for me to let it go, because it was my first love and it was a love that I required to exist. I once named it a couple of weeks ago. It's the only narcissistic relationship I'm unable to walk away from. And for someone here that just hit real heavy, that just opened your eyes, that just gave your revelation. Thank you, NYC Ladybug. It just gave your revelation to your own journey. It's the only relationship that I can't walk away from and survive. So when a person tells me that I don't get it, that's how I know they don't know my story. When a doctor sees me now and tells me, you should think about the injection, I think about the fact that I'm barely holding on to what I do have in order to sustain and control a chronic illness. I think about if he only knew where I came from. But I don't spend much time trying to fill him in and give him a justification about why his comment is incorrect. I simply make one statement. I say, after 10 years and 470 pounds, I think I got it all under control. Let's keep you on your job and I'm going to stay on mine. See, it's kind of like that garden that you don't want the neighbor's kids playing in anymore. So you go over and you talk to the neighbor and you let the neighbor know that you're doing something special and it's working. So you want to be sure that no one disrupts the garden as it continues to grow. And see, some of us don't understand that our doctors are monitoring spirits, because we've been with them for 20 years and we still 300 and 400 pounds overweight that had more medical problems than we ever had. And we still with the same doctor talking about my doctor loves me. They sure do. You done bought them a Maserati, paid a couple mortgages off, sent their kids college. I would love you too. And that's just the truth. That's why you have so many doctors leaving the medical industry. You have doctors actually going to school to become a doctor to change the industry, to change it, to change how they treat patients. You have doctors admitting that for years they've taught sick care. You have doctors actually admitting that they were living well care while giving their patients sick care. If your doctor needs vitamin D, they go outside more, but they give you a pill to take. Why can't they suggest you go get out in the sun instead of giving you a pill to encourage you to stay in the house? Right? Right. If I'm overweight and my knee hurts and it makes me not be able to work out, and I need modified workouts, so I need physical therapy so I can get the knee strong enough so that I can work out to lose the weight that you need me to lose in order for you to give me the surgery. But you'll just tell me to go have weight loss surgery so I can have knee surgery. What? So you fixed what? You fixed my knee with 2 surgeries? And some of us end up having to get our gallbladder out in the process and a couple other small procedures. And we think just because it's laparoscopic, it's not traumatic to our body. Every time we do things like that, it prevents it enters a trauma into our nervous system. Okay, I ain't gonna do it. Let's get to the reading. Hi, KK doll, how are you? I'm gonna keep it clean. I ain't gonna do it this Saturday night. It's Saturday night and you might be hanging out. So, let's keep it light. Hey, Mr. OCRM Rock 1010. Okay, so we're going to go come from these 2 books today. We're on day 190. Day 190, we made it. Can you believe it? 190, 190 days. Yep. Just showing up. Showing up. Hi, Red Baby G. How you doing, baby? All right. So today's reading says it's for day 190. We've been coming together for 190 days. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury. It's a survival strategy. Survival strategy. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury. It's a survival strategy. So today I want you to pause and ask yourself this: have I loved on me lately? Not just with products or pampering, but with the presence, patience, and permission to rest, to cry, to say no, and say no, to eat, to live, and to live without shame. Some of us live with so much shame and guilt. Self-care is spiritual. Self-care is sacred. Self-care is a form of self-respect. You cannot pour into your purpose from an empty place. You cannot carry the weight of your healing while still dragging the weight of your past. So this evening, I encourage you to choose you. Hydrate, nourish, breathe, pray, and honor the woman who's still showing up, even when it scares you. So today's reminder is you deserve peace. You deserve progress. You deserve to be your own priority. hmm So give yourself the grace you give to others, then rise. Give yourself the grace you give others, and then rise. Because some of us can't really do that. We can't. We don't do well with BB, how are you? We don't do well with self grace. Everyone else gets a sense of forgiveness and gratitude, but not us. Not for us. It's never. It's not allowed. We don't give ourselves permission. Hello, Gabrielle. We don't give ourselves permission to be imperfect. Our self standard is so high that it leaves no room for imperfections. Therefore, we spend so much of our emotional energy punishing ourselves for the things we have done or have not done that didn't go the way we think they should. And many of us spend most of our time simply being mini Jesuses. I talk about this theory often, how we can ease into a space of believing we have unrefutable powers greater than thy to solve, save, change, and fix every person we know and meet. That if you just call me, I can fix it. Well, the truth of the matter is you probably can fix it, but what if it ain't your turn, ain't your time, and it ain't your responsibility? So sometimes we've spent years taking on the responsibilities of other people, places, and things, and those things have led us to a disconnect where we emotionally eat to deal with the levels of stress in which we've openly invited into our lives. We've opened these doors, accepted these responsibilities, said yes when there should have been no's. And as a result, what you see on many of us in our obesity is an expression of our unspoken pain. Many people see pounds. What they don't see is the story to the pounds. They don't see the pressure to the pounds. They don't see the pain to the pounds. They simply see the pounds. They don't understand that there's a journey, that a process has happened to bring us to the point where we've eaten or something has a to perfect storms have aligned to where maybe we have bad eating habits, lack of nutrition, and medical problems, and that perfect storm has created a tornado and a symptom of the emotional damages, traumas, and circumstances and loss left behind shows up for some of us in weight. Where someone else, it may show up in restricting. It may show up for someone else in compulsively going to the gym or orthorexia. And others, it may show up in a form of something else, smoking or something or something or something, the stuff that you need that other thing, that rehabilitator for. You might find yourself coping and dealing with life, through being a workaholic, being a relationship addict. You may find yourself being addicted to binging and watching TV. There's so many things that you may choose to express your internal pain, where people like me, if you be me, there's a time in your life where you've expressed your pain through fork and a knife. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. So 190 from Pastor David Komalofi, 365 days fear not says, it is written, now if God so clothed the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you? O ye of little faith. Hey, True Silver. Hey, Taylor. Thank you, Queen, for the likes. O ye of little faith, Matthew 6 and 30. Then the principle says, however little your faith is, do not resign to fear. So I don't care if you have a nickel of faith, don't result to sadness and fear. Hey, be beautiful, super. Don't result to fear. It says, by faith in Christ Jesus, I conquer my fears in Jesus' name. My life is too precious to let fear ruin it. Therefore, I prevail over my fears in Jesus' name. Day 190. However little your faith is, do not resign to fear. However little your faith is. So even if you have the littlest amount of faith about truly believing that you can accomplish your goals, lose the weight and keep it off, I need you to hear me right now when I say I don't care how little your faith may be. Thank you for the follow, my love. I don't care how little your faith may be. What I need you to understand is I need you to not run to fear of not being able to get the weight off and stand in faith and say it's coming off. I already see it gone. I'm already healthy. My knees already don't hurt. My back is already better. And when somebody talks to you, stop saying I'm trying to lose weight. Stop thinking everyone needs to know you on a journey just so they can monitor your spirit of your journey and your process to dampen you down and shame you when things ain't what they think it should be. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Someone needed to hear that right now. That was for someone who just it's landed on your FYP right now. You've been celebrating your success, but people are making comments. It's because you celebrating with people who don't want to celebrate you. So stop it. Celebrate with him. So that he can validate you, help you grow your belief, help you grow your process, you'll grow your understanding, grow your behavioral knowledge, help you learn how to be healthy. It isn't about just taking an injection, having surgery, going on a diet, counting calories, or going to the gym. It's about learning how to live a healthy life. If someone gave you a quiz right now and they asked you 100 questions about nutrition, micronutrients, macronutrients, metabolism, and metabolic rate, and they literally gave you a obesity and weight loss and wellness test, how many questions you think you could answer without Google? I could probably answer 90 of them. But that's because this is what I do full time for a living. It's not my side hustle. It's just not a TikTok viral gig. This ain't my stand store. Nothing. It's not what I actually have a coaching firm, and because many of my clients are on TikTok, which are in these lives with you, I give a beautiful opportunity to come live and do a reading that I would normally do with them, but we do it live to share with each of you. So regardless if just call me, how are you? Hi Lily. So regardless if we're on Lily. So regardless if we're on social media, my clients and I continue to engage and do these things. And so I invite you to join us. So be sure you hit that follow and that like button. Okay. So are we still on the move? Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to read the next book. But as we move into our next book, I want to back up so that people on the live can see that we're going to go ahead and start pedaling out to warm up those thighs, since we'll be done with our reading. And then we'll go into the 3 movements that I wanted to show you today with the resistance bands. All right. Okay, so go ahead and start your paddle. And remember that paddle is diagonal. Using the I-Rise resistance bands, it's at your mid-thigh. And you're not bouncing. You're swaying like a swag. You're being intentional that the hips are kind of doing a little boom, 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 real easy, like so. Okay? And remember, it's like pinching that finger, but you're pulling out to add that tension to get that inner thigh meat to tighten that up, all right? All right, so our reading from Melanie Beattie, okay? Our reading from Melanie Beattie today is June 21st, and it says, you're right where you need to be. Ooh. Hey, Ann Flanders, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the likes. We are on our way to 5K likes. So I appreciate all of you guys for sending me likes. I'm going to go through and do my follow backs right now while I'm standing here so that they can be done before the live goes. Let's see, I saw other people follow me too. Alexandria. So, Alexandria, did you follow me? Yes, the addiction is the hardest part, Alexandria. I don't know if you're still here, beautiful. I followed you. It is. It indeed is. It's been my greatest blessing was to discover that you guys, I do follow back. I follow as many as they'll let me follow in the live. I follow them. Okay, and done. Okay. So we're gonna read from June 21st. All right, keep that pedaling up. Here we go. June 21st. You're right where you need to be. You're right where you need to be on your path, guided in just the right place for you today. Many times on your journey, many times on my journey, I stopped short, convinced I would never find the place I was trying to find, only to discover that it was right in front of me all the time. I had gone there instinctively, gone right where I needed to go, right where I was headed. How many people have felt lost and looked up and realized they was in the right place? Tap the like button if you've ever felt lost and then you looked up. This could be spiritually, this could be mentally, this could be in a relationship, and you looked up one day and realized you were never lost at all. You were always right where you were supposed to be that whole time. Yeah, you guys, yeah. You were always where you're supposed to be. It was always the right place. Just have to share with me in the comments or let me know that you, and let me know where you guys are tapping in from too. The next part says there's a part of us that knows where we need to be and understand where we really want to go. There's a place in us that has the map, even if your eyes and conscious mind can't see it, can't figure it out, or aren't certain it's there. If you're spinning in circles, feeling lost and confused, trying to figure out where you need to be and not all that certain where we're going, stop. Breathe deeply. Look around. You're right where you need to be. Maybe you've been there all along. Hey D, welcome in. Are we still pedaling? What's the name of the book? Beautiful Surprise. The name of this one is going to be Melanie Beatty. As you can see, I've been reading it. It's a daily devotional, so I read it. This year is the first year me and my clients got together. Me and my girls, the tribe got together, and we agreed that we will be reading. I'm going to show you the other one. We will read every day. So this actually, you just tapped into us. We're on day 190 and June 21st. This is dated, and this is days. And so the other one is by a pastor. It's actually daily scriptures and motivational and inspiration against fear. So it's daily scriptures to fight fear. Remember, many of us are living in forms of fear that we don't even know. Keep them thighs moving now. Keep pedaling. Even if you're sitting, even if you don't have the band, you can just be doing this. If you're in the bed, in the chair, you can still pump them ankles. Let's go. Because this don't cost you nothing. We're literally strengthening, helping with balance, posture, and core just by doing this. Don't cost us nothing. This doesn't cost us anything to use this energy in a good way to fortify ourselves over time. Consistency. Okay. And then the other one that we read from is this one. Okay. Beattie. IE. Let me get the book where you can see how it goes. TTIE. Okay. These two books, these bands, is how I have sustained. This has been helped. People ask me what some of the things that help. I'm showing you. The bands, the books, the vibration plate. We're going 9 years strong, guys. 9 years strong using the vibration plate in these bands. 9 years. That's why the bands keep going viral. That's why I just got a new order in. Well, it's not new. It's been here. I just haven't been here. So I can't say it's new. I'm not going to say that because it's not new. It's been here. I just haven't been here. But we got a second round of them. So please tap in. Click the links in the bio. Grab your bands. When we do our daily reading, put your band on. you'll get your reading done, and you'll get some physical movement done. The more you build up your posture, your stamina, your muscles, your tendons, get them used to moving around, the more successful you will be on your weight loss and wellness journey when you bring along every part of your body. Don't just make it all about cardio. Remember, if you've been overweight or obese, your posture's off, your gait, your walk is off, your legs are off, everything is off because you've had to compensate for the girth and the width and the gravity pulling on your body. So you have to learn to not still sit like this and be over top of your food. You have to learn to sit back, pull them shoulders back, put your hands down, stick your chest out, stand up. We walking around like this. No, put them shoulders back. But guess what? If we haven't done it a lot and there used to be a lot on us in the front, that hurts. So as you're losing the weight, you have to begin to do things to build your core from the center. That's why I walk around with these bands. I've been walking around with these bands for years. I actually found a video of me working out. Remember, I used to tell y'all the stories about the Flex Living bands that initiated this? I found videos of me working out in 2017 and 16 with the bands, y'all, doing workouts with these. I'm telling y'all, I've been riding with it because I needed a way to keep it somewhat simple. I needed a way to keep me do minimum effort, maximum benefit. But I wanted to sweat. I wanted to get my heart rate up. I wanted to make it effective with the bands. So after you normally do, let me move this photo here so I can kind of see what I'm doing with my legs down here. Okay. Hi, Mary. So when I step back, I'm going to see if you guys can see me on both platforms. I'm going to stay on both platforms to show you real quick. So I have the band on. So about right here keeps me in the screen. I'm going to try to stay in the screen. There we go. Okay. So I have the band on here. Hello, how are you, beautiful? So remember, we warmed up doing just that basic, smooth, swift kind of hip rotation and pulling out with the tension of the band. Now we're going to take the band down a little lower. And we're going to start out with our first movement. We're going to flatten our back. And we're going to take our legs and we're going to step forward, step out, step back, out, forward, in. Do not stop. You keep going. One front and one back is one. My core is sucked in. My posture is locked. I'm not swaying my whole body. I'm just actually looking for that lower body move. Now, what this does for the bigger body, because I do moves to try to pull in the skin. So bent down like this, what I'm trying to do is to keep all of these muscles actively engaged because I have such an excessive amount of skin on my thighs. Okay. The other thing I want to try to do is build my muscles and my calf stamina so that I can sustain not only longevity in walking, but being bent over like this with my posture. So it's not just about the exercise and is it a weight loss or strength building, et cetera, et cetera. It's also about how effective am I being with the movement in all areas because of where I'm coming from. As I've gotten more fit and with it, yes, I can do squats, all of that stuff. But these things have proven to consistently tone, cut, and shred my body. So why not just elevate the moves? So here we go. We're squatted down. Let's go ahead and go with get to work. We're going here, here, here. Then we're going back. And we're doing 25 on each side. All right, if you're starting, you do 10. So let's tap in for 10. That gives us 3. And it's actually not easy to do, actually. Breathe. 7, 9, and here's 10. I'm gonna come check the comments. So now that movement, you can feel it everywhere down here, but really toning this part here a lot. Okay. Hi, Ash. How are you? Ash, is that Asha or Ash? Ash, how are you? Ash or Ash? No, it's Ash. My goal is to lose a total for you. Can do it, baby. You can do it. Mary, thank you for the follow. You can do it, baby. You can do it. Thank you guys for 1K like. Let's go. Our goal is 5K. Abounding love, welcome in. Okay, so I just showed you how we get the saggy meat and the saggy booty cheeks. Now, what I need y'all to understand is that this used to look like wet paper. This used to look like wet paper. Go back in my videos, you'll see. But as you can see, I'm starting to get a little hump. And I didn't say I had a booty, I said I had a hump, okay? Now, this hump is because of these bands. Now, I know y'all think I'm just trying to sell y'all something, and I do want y'all to buy them. But what I need y'all to understand is, baby, all I do is walk around in the bands most of the time. I am not a vigorous chronic workouter. Not me. No, not gonna catch me doing that. But you will catch me doing a cold, swift, smooth 15-minute workout using the vibration plates and 2 resistance bands, and I'll be sweated up just like I went to the gym. Because like I said, minimum work, maximum effort. Maximum effort, minimum work, maximum benefit. Because the goal is that I do small ignited movements that equate big results. This alone is helping with so many things. This movement, because I'm up on my tiptoe, I'm never putting it down, and I'm consistently making that muscle be confused. I'm consistently causing that muscle. Now say I'm sitting down. Say I'm not mobile enough. Not a problem. You ain't gotta be. Let me show you what you're gonna do instead. You're gonna scoot your booty up. If you can't scoot your booty up, what you're gonna do is squeeze all of your lower pelvic floor, Kegel space, and butt cheek together and hold it. It's as if you can't scoot to the edge of the chair and you're seated. Then what you're gonna do with your leg is you're gonna take the bands, you're gonna keep them here, but you're gonna take and hold onto the other side of the chair, the side of the bed. You're gonna take your feet, because you're gonna sit on the side of the bed, you're gonna take your feet and raise them up all the way up to the toes, your tip toes. Immediately when you raise your toes up, even if you don't have a band, if you're plus size, you can feel it. Okay? Because remember, I'm sitting here and I'm squeezing every muscle in my seated floor. Okay? Then the next thing you're going to do, remember, because you're holding on, because you need to stay seated straight up, not leaning back. You need to be up. Okay, so now this is all locked, right? Okay? Give me a little stableness. I'm up on my tiptoes like this, right? Now what I'm doing is, instead of me trying to move my whole leg all the way around, actually what I'm doing is doing a little bit of forward. I'm sliding my big toe. I'm literally tapping my big toe like a ballerina, never dropping the left leg. Nice and easy. I'm not being dramatic. Because we're seated, if we make very small moves on that tiptoe, guess what? You can feel it deeper. Nice and easy. 10, switch over, took the right up. To the left, same concept. Hold on. Sucking that core in. Remember why you feel it so much is because that core is locked in. Hold on, okay? Standing up. Flatten back, posture in, core sucked in, legs, butt tilted down, feet flattened. Watch your knees, hands together, press them hands together, or you can lock them. But you're pressing together here. And we're immediately going. Never dropping that foot down. Keeping that core stable. Okay. Now, doing that has me sweating, I'm telling you. I came from my FYP. Okay, and I'm glad I made a TikTok sent me to your page. Thank you. You're so welcome, Ash. You're welcome. Welcome in. Welcome to our community. Thank you for being here. Okay, next one. The next one you're gonna do is tap, 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 drag back, kick back, kick back, kick back. Tap, 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 drag back, kick back, kick back, kick back. Tap, 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 tap. Drag it back, flatten that out. Kick back, kick back, kick back. Bring it in. Tap, 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 tap. Quick high knees. Slide it back. Bring that arm out for holding it. Kick back, kick back, kick back. Are we together? Hey, Go Post, GQ Post, how are you? GQ Poet. Good evening, and welcome in. Thank you guys for joining the live. Okay, did y'all see that one? Remember, all it is, our goal is this. Tap, 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 tap. Kick back, kick back, kick back. Tap, 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 tap. Kick back, kick back, kick back. Seated. Edge of the chair. High knee. Tap, 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 tap. For your kickback, you're bending the knee slightly and you're going back, back, back. So because of the band, you don't need to extend the leg seated. You can actually gently bend the knee. This band, I'm telling you, I can't show y'all that well on here. So what I'm doing is I'm like seated, but for the kickback part, I'm just lightly bending it, squeezing my calf, and going 1, 2, 3. Because of the band, it gives me some tension. So when you're larger, that small micro movement will feel more in depth. Does that make sense? All right, here we go. Let's roll with it. Y'all got me, Maj. I got the building because I can't see the comments. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being here. We got a couple new ladies from FYP. So please be sure you share the live, get your daily heart me, and hit the like button. Thank you so much, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, for rocking with me. This is a workout after, a demo workout after, okay? After our reading. So we just finished our daily reading. Queen says, these bands are great. Queen says, these bands are great. And they are, you guys. I'm not just saying it. I've been using them forever. I didn't just start with my brand. I started with someone else's brand. And that's what attracted me to them because I noticed that I could like do more. And I was like, So wait a minute. These bands might really be like, okay,